What's up, guys? Welcome back to our Subnautica modded Let's Play. I am super excited about this episode because I got some really cool surprises in store for you. So, last I left off, we had just cured ourselves. We no longer had the bacterium swimming around in our veins. Absolutely awesome. And because we were cured, we were able to disable the quarantine enforcement platform, and then we ran off and made another trip to the Aurora for the rockets, to the blueprint to the Neptune rocket. So, all that's left for us to do is to build it and get off of this rock. Pretty exciting stuff. So let's go ahead and get to it. Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and top off on water and food. Yeah, that's good enough. Alright, so the first thing I need to do is build the rocket platform, which I can find right here. And I need to grab this stuff and put it in my inventory, because I don't think my mod is going to be able to grab this stuff from my base once I'm out there at the mobile vehicle bay. I'm just going to play it on the safe side, just grab everything. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I need to construct these things again. My modification station. I don't think I'm going to need it, but go ahead and get it out of the way just in case. I am definitely going to need this. It's a little off-center, but oh well. Actually, that's actually going to bug me. Let's try that again. Take a little bit more time. There we go. Alright, my OCD is not going to annoy me now. And then need to rebuild my hatch. Okay. And I'm going to need some table floral samples. Where's the rest of it? Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up! Alright, that should be enough. And then I need to grab several of these. I think I need 1, 2, 3 lube and 1 for rubber. And I also need 3 deep shrooms. Go ahead and replant these. I think that's going to be everything that I need. Might need some blood oil too, but I'll come back for it if I do.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay, make the computer chip. And go ahead and grab my lead as well. Was it 3 or 4? 4. Okay. And I don't want to make this thing whenever it's dark outside. You guys want to see this thing. Who am I to take that away from you? So let's go ahead and go in for a snooze. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to just conk out like Riley does in this game? It'd be wonderful. No tossing and turning, no trouble sleeping. Your mind just immediately shuts off. What bliss. Okay, back to it. My mobile vehicle bay is right here. Actually, this thing's probably close enough for my mod to grab. Hold on. That's fine. Alright, so first step, building the launch platform. As you can see, this thing is pretty decently sized. And while this is going on, I'm going to go ahead and unpin that. I'm going to come down here and pin the Cyclops, because I'm going to need to actually build that. Now we'll explain why later. Okay, so 3 plasteel ingots. If I can click on it. Big splash. And as you can see, that thing is very, very large. That's what she said. Ha-ha! Okay, and I'm gonna need 3 more lead. Go ahead and grab that. Okay. 2 ingots down. 1 more. Go ahead and make the lubricant. I need 3 enamel glass and 1 advanced wiring kit. There's 3. And then our advanced wiring kit. Fantastic. Going out this way. And, yeah, I got enough space. Alright, so you can only construct the Cyclops in deep waters. It is not deep enough here. So I gotta move a little bit, which is fine. This should work right over here. Okay, Cyclops.
The Cyclops is designed to be operated
Right on.
by a three-person crew. Only
Okay, while that thing is building, let's head back.
To pilot this vehicle solo.
Alright, so while that thing is building, we're going to continue building our rocket. So let's go back up to the blueprints. Now, with your rocket, once you build the launch platform, the rest of the rocket comes in single sections. There are 4 different pieces that you need to build. The first one is the gantry. So we're going to start with this one. Fairly straightforward. 1 lubricant. 1 copper wire. And 1 plasteel ingot. Go ahead and unpin that. Nice. Ow.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And okay, so you see the Cyclops icon right up there, right? It's not inside the water. This is kind of goofy, but it actually stays in the air until you get closer. And then splash. Yep. Nice. Okay, so the platform. You do not build the rest of the rocket through the mobile vehicle bay. You come right up here to this console, and this is where you build it. Really badass music right there, and as you can see, the gantry itself is a fairly large piece by itself. Next up, boosters. So let's get started on those. Okay, so I need 1 plasteel ingot, just kidding. Okay, and do I have aerogel? Yes, I have 1. Okay, so I only need to make 1 more. And that means I need a gel sack. Take you, cut you, plant you. Take you, make you. And I need to pick up, where's my nickel at? 3 nickel. Got the aerogel, and now for a regular wiring kit. Lovely. Back up top. And if you guys are completely new to this part of the game, and if you were wondering why I built the Cyclops, I will explain why here in a little bit. Alright, so boosters are done. Next up is the fuel reserve. I thought I unpinned the boosters. Guess not. Alright. Woo! Whenever I first played this game, I actually had to deconstruct over half of my base so I could have enough resources to make everything I needed. I am prepared this time around. Okay, and I need 4 of those, 4 of those. Okay, and I need 2 ion power cells. If you remember from that voice log that we received from Altera HQ, said we would need 1 hell of a power source. This is what we're using. Ion power cells. Right on. Okay. Go ahead and unpin that. Got that. Sweet. Heading back up. Heading back up. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, that's just the bottom part of the rocket. Fuel reserve, next up. You can see the outline already. This boy's getting to be a decent size. Alright, so this is why we built the Cyclops, because you cannot construct the Neptune rocket without building it. Why? Because the cockpit requires the Cyclops shield generator, which you can only construct on board the Cyclops. So we're going to have to do two things down here. We're going to have to construct the last few pieces that we need for the cockpit. Also need to get what we need for the shield generator. So another plasteel ingot. While that's being constructed, come down here and pin my shield generator. Enameled glass. Computer chip. Advanced wiring kit. Ooh. Yeah, I should be able to make that. Yep, that's why I got the deep shrooms. Hydrochloric acid, 3 deep shrooms, and salt. Okay, there's some polyaniline, and then lastly, need a regular power cell. Oh, and I need my computer chip. Almost forgot that. There we go. A lot of people really like the Cyclops because it's essentially a mobile base. I didn't use it in this playthrough. I am considering using it in my next one. Don't know when I'll record that.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
That is hands down my favorite part about the Cyclops. The AI's voice. Okay, so I'll give you a very brief tour. Up here, this is the bridge. This shows your health right here, and it'll also show you any leaks or lava leeches, which we saw down there in the inactive lava zone. If they're attached to your hull, they'll show up on here, and it'll show you any holes in your hull as well. Over here are your lights. This is internal lighting. Ooh, nice and dark. And then outside lights as well. These do not drain your power cells, so don't worry about it. You can leave them on if you want to. Over here is where you can set the different colors. And you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to make this yellow. This stripe is black. This stripe is black. The name is black. And the name is going to be the Big Tuna! That's right. Yeah, I'm cheesy. Get over it. Okay, so this area right here is nice and small. You can actually construct almost anything inside this thing, which is great. Any internal modules you can construct in here. So lockers, the modification station, all that great, excuse me, over here, interior modules. All of this stuff right here you can construct inside the Cyclops. And you can construct the majority of this as well, which is pretty cool. Anyway, it has a section for you to carry the prawn or your sea moth with you, which is pretty cool. And this is the console for it right here. You can access the storage along with the modules that you have installed in your vehicle. Right here's the decoy loading tube. I haven't made any decoys because I haven't needed them. We picked up the blueprint for it in that floating life pod that was within the radiation zone near the Aurora. But this is where you load them. And by default, it only has room for one, but you can upgrade, you can craft a module for it to put 5 in there at a time. On this side, 3 power cells. On the other side are 3 more. This is the console right here for your upgrades. It shows the total health along with the energy for your Cyclops. On this side is the upgrade fabricator. And these are the rest of your power cells right here as well. These are removable, so you can remove those if they're low on charge, replace them, or you completely swap them out with ion power cells if you wanted to as well, if you have that blueprint already. So this is going to look a little bit different than it might on yours, okay? So I recently added a couple more mods that I'm not going to have listed at the bottom because I was experimenting with a few. I forgot to uninstall these, but usually this is what you'll see right here. The Cyclops upgrades right here, the Cyclops modules. These are the ones that you can build over here by default. The mod that I have installed, excuse me, my gosh, my English is bad today. A mod that I have installed also lets me craft all of the upgrades that I can craft at a vehicle upgrade console inside a Moonpool, which is pretty cool. So I could continue to upgrade my prawn or sea moth on the move. I wouldn't have to construct a Moonpool and a vehicle upgrade console for it. So I need to go ahead and make the shield generator. Got all that. And then down here, underneath the engine, we have this nice little walkway. And by the way, both sides of the engine come down right here. You have this area, which is right below where your vehicle is loaded in. You have additional... What in the hell? Okay, that was strange. You have additional area right here. You can craft and put some stuff on these walls, and you have these storage lockers as well. Now, these have a lot more space than what the default Cyclops will have. Just as a heads up, remember that mod that I have that expands the inventory space. I expanded the inventory space inside the Cyclops as well. So, yeah, so we're done in here. Go ahead and jump out. And it's nighttime again. I don't like it. Big tuna. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, it's great. I didn't show you what it looked like to actually pilot that thing. I'll go ahead and show you. Why not? It's not like we're pressed for time or anything. Alright, so whenever you come over here to pilot it, you got a whole bunch of stuff on your new HUD right over here. You power on your engine right here, and it has a couple different speeds. It has a head slow, regular speed, and flank speed. Flank speed, you're going nice and fast. You do want to be careful though. The faster you go, the more noise you make. And this is your noise meter right here. The more noise you make, the more likely it is that you're going to be attracting aggressive fauna. If you go nice and slow, the less noise you're going to make, and you're going to more likely be able to sneak by people. This is another health bar right here. It's the exact same one that's above the one behind me. This is your energy right here, along with your depth. Over here is pretty cool. You can rig it for silent running. This will also help get past that aggressive fauna. Silent running, along with flank speed, are going to make your engine very, very warm. If you use them for too long, it will overheat your engine. One way around that is using silent running along with your ahead slow. If you're going slow with your silent running, you'll be fine. And it works a lot. Aggressive fauna are attracted to sounds with the Cyclops. This is your decoy launcher right here. So the decoys that you load up into your launcher back there, you can click this button, it'll launch a decoy for you. It is actually very effective at distracting, leviathans or whatever might be coming at you. This is how most of us pilot the Cyclops right here. So you have the keel camera right here, which is right underneath. You have the conning tower, which is right above it. Just looks like that. And then you have the screw camera, which is in the back. As you can see, it's right here next to the engine in the back. So, pretty cool stuff. Also has the compass right there. This is a little radar. It will show the proximity, and it will also tell you if you are close to bumping into a wall, which is pretty cool. So if there's anything coming at you, you'll see it on here, which will allow you to either fire up the shield or hit silent running, start going faster, whatever it is that you might want to do to try and get away. So that's the Cyclops. I think it's pretty cool. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go to sleep again. Move, you fat... What are you doing? Sitting there just dancing for me. I'm going to take that as an apology. That sea cow was like, look, man, I know you don't like me, and that's fine. I apologize. I apologize for being so terrible. Sea cows are terrible people. Woken up, feeling a whole lot better. I need to top off with food and water again. Let's do that downstairs. Stab, 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 stab! Uh-oh. Plant that. Munch, munch, munch. Plant, 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 plant. Okay, let's go ahead and get this last part out of the way. Now we're ready to build the final piece, the cockpit. Outstanding. It's hard to see from down here because this rocket is so freaking big, but we're gonna hop inside of it here pretty soon. Go ahead and take care of these pinned blueprints so we get off of my HUD so it's nice and clean again. Outstanding. All right.
Neptune 1 rocket online.
That's right, boys and girls. We're ready to get off of this rock. Outstanding. All right, well, I'm not going to do that just yet. Like I said, I had some surprises in store for you, so I'm going to do that. Well, what kind of surprises did I have for you? Well, I did not scan any of the Leviathans for you guys. I'm going to do that now. I'm going to show you the safest ways to do so. The first thing I want is to upgrade my propulsion cannon into the repulsion cannon. And I want a stasis rifle. Oh no, what do I need? I probably need more table coral, don't I? Am I out of gold and copper wire? What? Okay, so I have copper. Am I out of gold? Oh my gosh, I'm out of gold. How about that? Alright, well, you know what? That is fine. Let's utilize that scanner room that I've only used a couple of times. Let's go hunt for some gold super quick, because I really want to do this. I'll show you what this thing does. Hello, fat boy. Go away. A little too far away. I love this thing. Alright, Mr. Scanner Room, help me out. Because you are not being very helpful right now. Oh, are you really going to make me go back inside? Oh my gosh. Yes, you are. Okay. Fine! It is showing plenty, actually. Fairly close. So if I just start going down a little bit, it should start showing up on my HUD. This is great. One piece away from what I needed. That's actually pretty good planning on my part. I was kind of worried that I was going to run out of additional materials. That's the word I'm looking for. Materials. And this thing's still not showing up on my HUD. That's kind of annoying. Do I have any sandstone out here? Wow. Okay. What is going on here? It's showing some fairly close by. There's some. Alright, come on, gold. Why are you not... Silver. Whatever. Grab it. Excuse you, Mr. Psycho. Okay, here's some sandstone. Come on, gold. Yes! Alright. That's the one piece I needed. Alright, now we're back at the base. I'm going to turn off this obviously worthless scanner room. My goodness, I don't know what your deal was. Come over here, build my stasis rifle. And I still can't. What am I missing now? Is it the table coral? I'm missing table coral, aren't I? I am. Yep. Alright. And grab my table coral. I need 2 pieces. Okay, so now I can make that, so I should be able to make... Yep, there's my stasis rifle. But I'm not quite done yet. I want to make 2 more things. And those 2 things are going to be... Okay, well, I need more gold for that. I'm not about to go run out and look for some more gold, so I'm going to make do with what I have. All right!
Most observational ledge. Craig McGill crash-landed in the acid swamps of Warrior Mine, fought off the rapidly hidden poachers, and hijacked a tamed Star War. If you can do all that, you can survive one more day.
Okay, before I do anything else, I want to go ahead and sleep so it's daytime, because I definitely want you guys to be able to see these fellas out in the day. Oh, big stretch. Lovely. I need to top off on food and water again before we head out. That guy's still growing. These guys should be done. Munch, munch, munch. Drop, 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 drop. Yeah, now we are good to go. I need to assign my stasis rifle, and I'm going to put you on 7. There we go. Should be nice and easy.
All systems online.
Alright, so my first stop, if you can't tell by the direction I'm going, is the dunes. I'm going to do 2 things out there. First thing I'm going to do is scan a Reaper. Okay, so we are coming up here on the edge of the dunes. We should be able to see a Reaper very soon. I can already hear him. And there he is. Yep. That was easy. Okay, I'm going to show you guys while I brought both of these as well. Get a little bit closer to him. Oh, he's going after... Oh! Going after the sand shark. Nice. That little fella did not stand a chance. Come here. Oh, he's a big boy. Stun. Get him! Shit! Come on. Come on. Stay there. Yes. All right. So you can hit him with a small blast, your stasis rifle, and then hit him with a big one. Want to make sure that you hit him with a big one, otherwise that smaller stasis is not going to hold him long enough for you to get this scan in. Alright? So, you want to get your scan and get the hell away from it. That's how you scan a Reaper. You want to use the repulsion cannon because it stuns him. As soon as he's stunned, whip out the stasis rifle, hit him with it real quick, and then scoot. Scoot, scoot, scoot. And see, just like that, we're done. And I think he's mad at me. Maybe. We'll see. See if he comes at me. I don't think he will. Should be good. Okay, there's one other thing I want to show you guys while I'm out here as well. And hopefully I can find it. It's kind of a toss-up on if I'm going to see it or not. It shouldn't be too far off from the Reaper I just scanned. I was just casually swimming out here the other day while my girlfriend was watching me, and this part absolutely freaked her out. She was not expecting it whatsoever. So, where the hell are you? Did I miss you? Did I pass you? Okay, there's you. I don't want you. I've had one Reaper, and that's enough for my taste. I need one Reaper in my life. That's it. Aha! There it is. Do you see it? Maybe not. You may not be able to see it on YouTube yet. But you might remember the little guys from the previous episode. Little hatched juvenile emperors. Yeah, check him out now. He's a whole lot bigger, isn't he? Yeah, I told you guys that they go off into their own little biomes, right? It comes out here, and they actually grow a lot as well. They are completely harmless. They are very friendly, very passive. They've gotten very big. They're actually much bigger than the Reapers already. And surprisingly, the Reapers do not go after them, which is interesting. One thing to keep in mind is Reapers and Ghost Leviathans, while they seem extremely scary, massive predators, they're actually scavengers for the most part. Okay, so I showed you guys the juvenile sea emperor, what he turned into, and I scanned a Reaper. So my next stop is going to be the Grand Reef. It's going to be southeast of here. I will see you guys in a bit. All right, we have made it to the Grand Reef. So there is another local that I want to say hi to while we're out here. So some of you may have gotten curious by now and went and explored the void. If you have, you have probably ran into a very big surprise or three out there. For those of you that don't know, if you go out into the void and you stay there for too long, you will have very, very large, fully grown ghost leviathans come and pay you a visit. Scares the absolute hell out of you the first time you see them, and it can be very intimidating, so you want to be careful. But this is the guy that I want to see. So the void is not the only place that they show up. There's also two of them here in the Grand Reef. This is the one that I came to see. There's another one in the northwest Blood Kelp zone as well. So, same way that I handled the Reaper. Stun, stasis. Oh my god, I missed. Yeah, that happens too. Okay. Get the full charge on it. And then scan. This guy is not a problem while he's in stasis. Nice. Got my scan. Now I'm going to hop into my little CB and get the fuck away from him. Oh yeah, he's angry. He is very angry. Alright, now that that is done, our next stop is the Lost River. I will see you guys here in a little bit. Alright, we are at the next location down here in the Lost River. And we are looking for one of our buddies that was hanging out next to this really... There he is. Yeah, so this guy's a whole lot smaller than the big boy that we just scanned. This one's a juvenile, and he is a completely different scan. So you can't come down here and scan him as well. And he's going after the river prowler. Oh boy. Okay, are you going to turn around? Yes, you are. Go. Nice and easy. I know I haven't read the PDA entries yet. That was intentional. I'll read them all here in a little bit. Where is my... Oh boy. I don't want to leave this next to him. Okay.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And I'm just going to scoot on past this guy while he's stuck. Okay. So we took care of him. Yeah, I'm going to read all the PDA entries together all at once I get them. So now I am heading to the mountain island. I'm going to put another cut in the video. I will see you guys here in a bit. Oh yeah, I totally forgot to mention that while you're down here at the disease research facility, you can scan these cables right here. They're considered damaged cables, have their own PDA entry. These thick cables were designed to anchor the nearby facility to the surrounding cave walls. Damage to some of the cabling has resulted in the facility collapsing to the floor. Calculations suggest such damage would require an external percussive force in excess of 300 tons. If you guys remember the other PDA entries for this, you'll remember that sea dragon skeleton. And it had the fracture to its head, and of course you deduce that that's the reason why this thing came down, because it ran into it. That's a lot of force for a living creature to apply. It's kind of wild. And I also wanted to jump back while I'm sitting here in the river because I remembered a story I wanted to tell. So this past weekend, I was over at my girlfriend's house, and of course, she plays this game a lot too on her own PC. And I was playing on hers over at her place, and we were going around the very edge of the map looking for time capsules. By the way, that is a fantastic way to find time capsules if you are ever looking for them. So we start up in the mountains. We make our way down south, past the Aurora, all the way down the Grand Reef and the Sea Treader's Path, and we head back to base so I could recharge the Seamoth. And on our way back to the southern part of the dunes, a Reaper surprised me and grabbed my Seamoth. And I kind of panicked, I'll be honest. I panicked a little bit. I hit the wrong button, and instead of using the defense system, like this one right here that I have highlighted at the bottom, I got out of the Seamoth. Well, that was a big no-no because it was in the Reaper's jaws. So I hopped back into the Seamoth, used the defense system, Reaper let it go, and I sped away, but I was very low health with the Seamoth. It was down to about 20% or so. So while I was scooting away from the Reaper to get to a safe spot where I could repair it, I ran into two spadefish, one after another, and the assholes destroyed my Seamoth. I lost a Seamoth to a fucking spadefish. Yeah, the worst part about it, I had a ton of ingots in my Seamoth storage, and I had a whole lot of upgrades in that thing too. So I lost a lot of progress to a fucking spadefish. To say that I was upset about it is putting it lightly. I was pretty grumpy. But I hope you guys can laugh at my pain, because I was eventually able to as well. Alright, with that out of the way, I am at the exit of the Lost River, coming out here into the mountain entrance. I'll see you guys over at the mountain island. Okay, so I came over here to the mountain island for two reasons. The first reason is because I wanted to top off on food and water up here. Oh, good old bobo trees. And just shank away. So much better. Just a couple more. All better. Lovely. Okay, now hop back into the CB. And we are going to go back through the portal. Back to Big Mama's house. Now, some of you might be thinking, Tuna, the maximum depth in your Seamoth is 900 meters. That's a little bit deeper. That's true. Fun fact about Big Mama's house is that you do not have to worry about the depth crushing your vehicles down there. Since it is a protected facility, you do not have to worry about the substantial pressure from outside, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately, Big Mama ain't feeling so hot, but that's not why we're here. I'm coming up here. Now, I do want to show you guys this. I did say that you don't have to worry about the pressure, but if you get too close to the top up here...
Warning, maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
It'll start hurting you, so you want to be careful about that. Okay. If you couldn't tell by now, I am here... Oh my goodness. What is this frame rate? Anyway, I'm here to visit our buddy the Sea Dragon. Yeah, he's the last hostile Leviathan I need to scan. This should be fun. This one is usually the one that gives me the most anxiety, just because not only is it down here in the lava lakes, where even the reinforced dive suit doesn't protect you from sustaining heat damage. He's also a bit unpredictable. He has more than one attack. So this can go bad very quickly, if I'm not careful. But I'm feeling lucky. Let's give it a shot. Alright, big guy, where are you? There you are. Come here! I want to say hi! You can hear the lava lizard behind me. Yep. Alright, stun him a couple times. Alright, got him. Now he is stuck. Let's scan him. Jesus, this thing is so freaking huge. Okay, and I like the paint job this guy has too. Check that out. Green and purple. How cool is that? I love it. Okay, let me get back inside here before I get caught up in some more fireballs. Okay, so we have our scans. I think it's about time I read them. Don't you guys agree? Let me get safe real quick. Nana nana boo boo. Okay, you know what? They are notorious for clipping through walls and stuff. Jesus, look at the size of those tentacles. Insane. I'm gonna go ahead and come a little bit deeper just to make sure that I am very safe. I'm gonna kind of miss this place. What? That's not a dive? What kind of jump was that?
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright, whatever. Okay, so indigenous life forms, fauna, leviathans. So we'll start with the little guy. Ghost Leviathan Juvenile. This large predator has adapted to live in deep waters and dark cave systems, attacking anything and everything in its quest to grow larger. Torso. Soft outer membrane and an elongated body enable superior navigation of tight cave environments. Displays some similarities to other eel-like predators in the area. However, the Ghost Leviathan has covered over the electrical prongs on its inner torso with a taut, transparent membrane which delivers superior maneuverability. In other words, he is sleek and he is fast. In its juvenile state, this Leviathan feeds on larger herbivores and unfortunate members of its own species. Cannibal. They display a remarkable rate of growth which shows no sign of stopping, suggesting that they must abandon their hatching grounds before they grow too large and make for more open waters. Assessment: avoid. And the regular old Ghost Leviathan. This creature is approaching the size limit for sustainable organic life forms and has been designated Leviathan class. Adults of the species have been encountered exclusively around the edges of the volcanic crater, which supports life on this part of the planet, and react with extreme aggression on approach. Hammerhead. Cartilaginous extensions of the creature's skull form a hammerhead which protects the Ghost Leviathan as it performs devastating ramming attacks. While fully capable of tearing through the flesh of any creature in range, all evidence indicates that mature Ghost Leviathans feed on microscopic life forms in the waters around the edges of the inhabited zone. Their vicious attacks on interlopers to their domain are not predatory in nature, but territorial. A creature so vast requires a huge expanse of water to satisfy its daily calorie requirements. So, these guys are essentially just feeding on microscopic organisms. They're not hunting like us, so to speak. They're not going to be munching on us. It's completely territorial whenever they come after us. Its muscled interior body is surrounded by a translucent outer membrane, suggesting adaptation for deep, low-light environments. When threatened, it can tense its entire body before lashing out with incredible speed. Life cycle: probable migratory behavior. This specimen was likely born far from the area where it was encountered. Assessment: extreme threat. Avoid the crater edge. Well, yeah, no shit. Reaper Leviathan. Leviathan-class species are vast organisms at the top of their respective food chains. This species is a streamlined hunter with highly developed senses. powerful mandibles. This Leviathan is capable of locking prey in place with 4 powerful mandibles and drawing it within reach of its jaws. Simulated pressure exceeds sea moth crush resistance. So yeah, it can crush a sea moth. Echolocation. The deep roar emitted by the Reaper at regular intervals is effectively sonar. If you can hear it, the Reaper can see you. That's not spooky, right? Scanned specimen measured 55 meters long, observed circling its prey and attacking from behind. This creature is almost all muscle, very little brain, no sense of morality, just muscle, synapses, and teeth. Motivational note: congratulations on getting close enough to scan it and living to see the results. Assessment: extreme threat, avoid in all circumstances. So, this guy is definitely a hunter. He likes to eat meat. Whenever I was mentioning the Leviathans earlier not being hunters, yeah, I was talking about the ghosts, specifically. The Reapers definitely want to eat your face. And last but not least, the good old sea dragon. A colossal Leviathan with reptilian features seen stalking the very heart of the ocean crater, which underpins life in this area. The scanned specimen measures 112 meters in length. It's more than twice as long as the Reaper. It's wild. Heat-proof tissue. Tissue analysis reveals this specimen consists of 1/3 inanimate materials, focused around the chest area. Consumption and retention of mineral substances may explain the life form's ability to withstand extremes of temperature. It even appears to be able to consume molten materials and expel them at its adversaries. Evolutionary distinct forearms are used for both propulsion and offensive purposes. Findings suggest evolutionary divergence from other species on the planet tens of millions of years ago. The sea dragon is likely one of the oldest species on the planet. So it explains the forearms as propulsion and offensive purposes. You've seen it swimming around using its arms. It can actually swipe at you with its arms too, which is pretty cool to see. As the largest carnivorous species encountered on 4546b, almost everything is potential prey. With few substantial targets in the volcanic cave systems, the sea dragon likely ventures out into cooler waters to hunt other, smaller leviathans, cornering them and forcing them deeper, where they are ultimately boiled alive. The sea dragon's size and the restrictions of the cave systems they inhabit suggest their population numbers are extremely low, perhaps in the single digits. While it is not unusual for larger predators to sustain lower populations, it is possible the sea dragon's food sources have diminished over time. This species may be nearing extinction. Assessment: extreme threat, avoid in all circumstances. So, yeah, the Leviathan skeletons we saw down there, the Reaper Leviathan skeletons we saw down there, is because they actually venture up to the surface and bring those Reapers down into the lava zone to feast on them, which is pretty cool. Back in early access, there actually used to be what's called a hellhole. That hellhole was, as you can probably guess, a massive hole in the ground, up top. I believe it was around the Aurora somewhere. And it led straight into the lava zone. And it was originally designed so that a sea dragon could come up every now and then to hunt Reapers. It was a really, really cool concept. Unfortunately, they scrapped it. I'm assuming mostly because it would kind of cheese the whole game. We could just go straight to the lava zone like that. So they changed it up. Alright guys, that's it for the scans. I am heading back to base. I will see you in a little bit. Alright. Today's the big day. It is time to load up and get out of here. Before I do that, I'm going to grab a couple things. I'm going to take that kyanite. Take that nickel. I can take 2 more with me, so I'm going to... what do I want to take? Sulfur. I want to take sulfur. Do I have any left? I do. Okay, that works. And top off with food and water one last time, because that is going to be a very long trip. Alright. This lovely base, it was built very efficiently. Bjorn, you were absolutely fantastic. We had a very wonderful and exciting trip down to the very bottom of the map, down to visit Big Mama. CB, you were extremely reliable early on in the game, and we had a very fun last hurrah going around scanning the Leviathans. Big Tuna, we had very little time together. I am not attached to you. And here we are, good old Neptune. So we are going to come around here to the gantry. Oh, the Aurora, one last view of it. Activate the elevator. Here we go. Alright, and I am going to save one last time because I do not want to be completely done with this save after I'm done here. Into the rocket! Okay, so there are storage bins in here. If you want to bring additional stuff with you, you need to turn on the auxiliary power unit.
Auxiliary power unit online.
Oh, doesn't she have a lovely voice? Hydraulic systems.
Pressurizing hydraulics.
And activate the communications array.
Communications systems array active.
Outstanding. Let's go ahead and head on up. The energy core. It's really cool. Here's the cockpit area. It's pretty cool. So, we need to boot up the primary CPU.
Primary computer systems active.
Activate life support.
Life support systems online.
And lastly, we need to
All
prepare our
systems
time
are
capsule.
go for liftoff.
Thank you, Neptune. I'll get back to you shortly. Alright, so there are 3 things that you can attach to a time capsule. First thing, and I thought there were 8 pieces, but unfortunately there are 6. So the first thing you can do, you can add a couple things in here. So I'm going to add 2 nickel, 2 kyanite, and 2 sulfur. These things are all fairly difficult to find. You can only get them later on in the game, so I'm slapping them all in here right now. Oh, I'm not done with you yet. I apologize. Image. I actually stole this from another one of my saves. Whoops. Right here. I'm going to use this one. I absolutely love that picture. It has the juvie ghost that I scanned right there as well. And the message. I could get super deep with it, put something meaningful, but yeah, I'm not going to do that. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a quote by one of my favorite authors. This is usually the quote that I leave in my time capsules because I am not that creative. So long, and thanks for all the fish. Douglas Adams. If you guys are unaware of who Douglas Adams is,
Time capsule ready.
he is the author of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It is one of my favorite books of all time. So good. Highly recommend it. All right, guys, we're ready.
Ready to launch on your command, Captain. Launch in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time capsule jettison. Caution, approaching orbital debris field. Orbital debris field clear. Performing gravity turn maneuver.
destination coordinates. Nearest interstellar phase gate. Engaging ion boosters in 3, 2, 1.
What is a wave without the ocean? A beginning without an end. They are different, but they go together. Now you go among the stars, and I fall among the sand. We are different, but we go together.
I've lost count of how many times I've beaten this game, but I still get chills every time I do it. Absolutely love this game. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through one of my favorite games of all time. I had an absolute blast. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Leave some comments if you want to. Let me know what kind of Let's Play in Subnautica you'd like to see next. I've had some ideas. I'm trying to think of what I want to do next. But that's all I have. I'm going to let the credits roll. Enjoy the music. See ya!